Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Idle Angels video, and as promised, I am going to cover up the Medusa guide. Now this one took a bit more time because I wanted to really understand how Medusa works, even though I still question some of her abilities. But I think I got a nice general overview about the angel, so I can share that knowledge with you. So I'm not going to delay the information that you're waiting for. First, want to mention that in order to level up your angels to level 400, you will need to upgrade their SSR plus stars and their UR stars in order to be able to push their level. But if the angel is MR based like Medusa, you only need to push the MR stars of the angel, and this each star will give you 20 more levels. So an MR based angel can go to level 300, and each MR star will allow you to go for 20 more levels. And here on the bottom is the table of how much blue scrolls approximately you will need for each star. And here on the back is the total sum for each rarity. The MR and the ER, the incarnation level, they are with the same requirements. So this is just in case you want to calculate how many blue scrolls it will cost you to build up the angel of your choosing. When it comes to the awaken levels of Medusa, it's by far probably the easiest one. It's full incarnation levels and then full MR levels. It's a PvP angel. In my opinion, she is close to Lilith, but by close to Lilith also this means that she won't be able to push PvE that much. She will probably get stuck at stage 79-100, after which you will need a PvE angel like Lucifer, like Anubis, like Nemesis, like Himiko, in order to be able to push the PvE main dungeon. But of course, if you are more focused on PvP, then Medusa is a great opportunity for you. And I would say that you will really want to pick her up with the skill set that she is providing. That's why the reasoning on incarnation level first and MR stars later. Even though you really need to pick the MR stars because they will give her more HP. The basic skills, basically how Medusa works is the more HP she has, the more damage she does, and the more you can utilize her. With her UR, she increases the max HP by 20% and damage reflection by 10% for 2 rounds. Also, she deals 1 hit of magical damage equal to 20% of her max HP to all enemies and inflicts 1 stack of Petrifying Curse, which lowers the damage dealt of that enemy by 3%, and this can stack up to 20 stacks and loses all stacks when the bearer acts. Basically, the idea is that she can overstack with debuffs while dealing nice amounts of damage, which unlocks her full potential of locking out the enemies and beating them before they can even act. UR plus powers. As I said, she is a max HP angel. So in my opinion, having max HP on and speed, because she is PvP angel, sorry, she's PvP angels with HP stacking. So that's why I've chosen those wonder powers, and Law of Revenge because she deals 10% of the max HP to all enemies. When she is attacked, she inflicts 1 stack of Petrifying Curse to the attacker, which lowers the damage dealt by 2% up to 20 stacks. And she adds 1 stack of Venom, which makes the enemy take 2% more damage up to 20 stacks. And if the enemy is inflicted with 8 stacks of Petrifying Curse, she inflicts Petrified for 1 round, which means that the enemy will be unable to act for 1 round. Now, this is a bit hard to understand probably for a newer player to Idle Angels, but some DPS angels will attack multiple times, like 5, 7, 10 times. Some will do with follow-up attacks, with pet attacks, and in a way, if those attacks hit Medusa, she will be able to petrify the enemy, which will make the enemy unable to act, and that's why she is so strong of an angel for PvP, because she can just neutralize the enemy DPS, and then because she does nice damage based on her max HP, she can just kill the entire support team, and then the enemy DPS cannot do anything because it's left alone without any supports. When it comes to the MR powers of Medusa, she deals 30% true damage to all enemies with 30% chance for a severe injury, which lowers the enemy healing by 50%. On MR1, she gains 200 energy, which allows her to cast her MR skill on the first round. With MR2, for each Venom on the enemy, the target, the fixed chance is increased by 2% to hit with a severe enemy. Sorry, on MR3 she gains shield of her max based on her max HP 50%, and then MR4 increases the chance of a severe injury by 50%, which will make a total of 80%, and MR5 will lower the target healing by 90%, and this is very big for PvP because basically the enemies won't be able to heal the damage that you are dealing to them, because in early to mid stages in PvP you are more or less likely to one-shot an entire team and then the PvP match is done. But in late game stages there are quite a few matchups in which your angels will survive 2, 3, 5 rounds, which will allow the healing reduction actually to become useful in PvP. For PvE, it's totally unrelated, and that's why I say Medusa is not a PvE angel, and she won't really do anything for your team if you are trying to push PvE. When it comes to the incarnation powers, her incarnation is a bit long. So basically, she activates a Gorgon of Wrath for 1 round, which after it expires, it will deal 20% of max HP. It will ignore shields and the control resistances of the enemy. After taking 15 attacks, the status effect will be triggered. Serpent Pact for 2 rounds will be activated, which will increase her damage by 50%, her damage reduction by 50%, skill damage and skill damage reduction by 50%. And on top of that, there's a passive that after gaining Gorgon Wrath, enemy attacks will hit Medusa always. And you will say, yes, why would I want my Medusa to get hit? It's basically because of her UR plus power, in which if she gets hit 8 times in a row, she will petrify the enemy. On incarnation level 1, she gains 1 willpower. On incarnation level 2, if Gorgon Wrath is triggered early, it doubles the damage. In incarnation level 3, Medusa deals double damage to the targets with 15 venom stacks. Incarnation level 4, if Gorgon of Wrath is triggered early, again the damage is doubled, so triple the damage, which is insane. It will just one-shot an entire team. And incarnation level 5, if the Gorgon of Wrath will give 2 rounds of death immunity, complete death immunity to Medusa. So basically what happens is that the enemy attacks will be always hitting Medusa, but they cannot kill Medusa, which is quite OP, because she can just petrify for 2 rounds the enemy lineups without her even taking the slightest damage. So I haven't tested it out. I do wonder if anybody has tested out if Gorgon solo can kill entire teams. I will try to test this, and in the upcoming videos tell you if she is able to solo enemies just because she has those nice incarnation powers. When it comes to the Relic, I do suggest that you use her own Relic because it gives her speed. She is a PvP angel, so you want and need the speed. And then on the substats, you want HP and as much speed as possible, because I do believe that you will want Medusa to be the one that acts first and act before enemy Medusa does. When it comes to the gear Ascension, she is HP based angel, so what we want is the belt to tier 5 first, after which you could do the sword, and then it's the ring with the chestplate, and then the boots with the helmet. On the artifacts, we want the HP with the damage reflection, then crit chance with crit damage, then leech with attack, and the rest don't really matter. When it comes to the wardrobe, again, we want the max HP with endurance. This is the one that matters, and the rest don't really matter that much. On the gems, same thing. We want the HP one to be level 15. Others are kind of and a bit irrelevant. When it comes to the gem, you have two options for the gem, in my opinion. One is the true damage gem, and the other one is the reflection gem, which is very rarely used. But as I mentioned a bit earlier, she increases the damage reflection by 10% for 2 rounds. So if you use the reflection gem, whenever she gets attacked and she's supposed to receive damage of certain amount, she can reflect damage based on her max HP, which in a way, I'm not sure if it will happen, but it sounds possible that the enemy can kill themselves by her reflecting a lot of the damage. For the power-ups of the gem, I would say that you would want the 20% HP with the speed as much as possible on those two, and then maybe fill the rest one with buff received, but definitely focus on the speed with the HP. Affinity and Fate, definitely you want Chaos and Nemesis for the HP buffs, and don't forget to get her Affinity to 2000 because that is very important, and you would want to get her to 6000 Affinity because this will boost her HP a lot. But the 2000 in order to marry the angels, so you don't have to use Nemesis and Chaos in the lineup in order to get the buff. When it comes to the pet, in my opinion, you can use almost any of the pets because they will give her the 20% max, sorry, not max HP, but 20% HP. But in general, the Jade Matriarch is from the free-to-play that I would choose if I were to build Medusa, and then the Rainbow Guardian if I were to spend some money or use the I call them pay to win, but they're very easily to get as free to play as well. But there is a way to pay for them, so that's why I call them pay to win. But all of these that you see on here are options because those angels do stuff based on max HP, and Medusa is a max HP stacker of an angel, so those pets will benefit nicely from her. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to put them down in the comments. Also, feel free to join the Discord channel because I do post some stuff there, and sometimes there's just a small information that I forget to put on a video, or I don't find it fit to place it on the video, so it's put on a sub table in the Discord channel. But very soon I think I will try to make an updated version of which supports I try to suggest and to try to explain why I did it. And there's a list that I've created for PvE which support angels you will need and up until what level. It's not that the guides that I have made until this point are worthless or not correct. It's just that I think I came up with a bit better way to explain it compared to some of the previous videos. So I will try to summarize it a bit better and hopefully post it soon. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.